Welcome to our deep dive. We're looking at a really captivating set of Champions League quarterfinal second legs today.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got some great material here covering all the drama and the final outcomes.
And we're here to really get into it, understand what these results actually mean beyond just the numbers.
We'll break down those four big games. Aston Villa versus PSG, Dortmund against Barca.
Real Madrid and Arsenal, always a classic. And then Inter versus Bayern.
Exactly. The aim is to pull out those key insights, the moments that really mattered, and, figure out why some teams went through and others didn't.
Let's give everyone a clear picture. So let's jump right in. First up, Aston Villa facing PSG. Your info says Villa actually won the second leg, 3-2.
They did, yeah. A really spirited performance from Villa, lots of attacking intent. They certainly didn't just roll over.
But despite winning that game, PSG still progressed.
That's right. The aggregate score ended up 5-3 to PSG. So that first leg dominance from Paris was just too much in the end.
Ah, okay, so that earlier advantage was the deciding factor.
Pretty much. It gave PSG that buffer, that sort of psychological edge maybe, allowed them to manage the second leg even when Villa were pushing hard.
Yeah, the notes really highlight Villa's fighting spirit and their attacking flair in that return game. They definitely made a game of it.
They really did. I mean, knowing you're behind, you have to throw caution to the wind a bit, and Villa did that effectively on the night.
But it wasn't quite enough over the full tie.
No. Sustaining that kind of intensity and precision against a team like PSG for the full 90, especially when they have that lead, it's a massive ask.
So the main takeaway here, Villa showed they belong, but maybe need that consistency across both legs.
I think so. The sources point to PSG's consistency and tactical superiority over the 180 minutes being key. Villa proved they can compete, definitely.
But PSG managed the tie better overall.
Yeah, they executed their plan across both games, even under pressure in that second leg.
Okay, let's move over to Germany. Dortmund versus Barcelona. Dortmund won that second leg 3-1. That sounds pretty impressive on its own.
It really was. A strong showing from Dortmund, showcasing their determination and skill, as the notes say. They played well, especially at home.
But again, the aggregate tells a different story. Barcelona threw 5-1 overall.
Yeah, quite comfortably in the end. That first leg success for Barcelona, winning 3-0 at their ground, it just gave them this huge cushion.
So Dortmund's second leg win was impressive, but ultimately?
Ultimately, the gap was just too big to close. Barcelona's earlier work provided that safety net they needed.
Even with a home win, Dortmund couldn't bridge it. The notes mention Barca's strength and depth. Was that visible?
I think so. Barcelona could probably afford to, maybe not be at their absolute peak in the second leg, knowing they had that lead. They could manage the situation.
Rotate a bit, maybe?
Potentially, yeah. Or just control the tempo. Their squad quality allows for that kind of game management.
And it seems there's a lesson for Dortmund noted here, too.
Yeah, the material suggests they'll need to look hard at those defensive lapses, especially from the first leg, conceding 3 goals away in the Champions League.
It makes the return leg incredibly difficult.
Exactly. Against a team of Barca's quality, it's almost mission impossible.
Right, now for what sounds like the tightest one, Real Madrid versus Arsenal. Arsenal won the second leg 2-1. A fantastic result for them away from home.
Oh, absolutely. Gripping stuff. The sources call it a nail-biting affair, and that sounds spot on. Arsenal really took the game to Madrid.
Real intensity from them.
Definitely. You could feel the pressure building.
The documents mention Arsenal's tactical brilliance and relentless pressure. Sounds like they caused Real Madrid some real problems.
They absolutely did. Their pressing game was effective, disrupted Madrid's rhythm. They created good chances, really looked like they might pull it off.
But again, that first leg.
That first leg, yes. Real Madrid's 2-0 win at the Emirates, that turned out to be absolutely crucial. It gave them just enough breathing room.
So, despite Arsenal's excellent second leg win, Madrid scraped through 4-3 on aggregate. Talk about fine margins.
Exactly what the sources emphasize. Those fine margins. It really highlights the exceptional skill and determination from both sides. It could have gone either way, really.
Came down to who handled the pressure moments best across the two games.
Precisely.
So what do we take from this one? Seems like both teams came out with credit.
I'd say so. For Real Madrid, it underlines yet again their incredible ability to perform under pressure in this competition. It's almost in their DNA, isn't it?
It really is. And for Arsenal?
Well, even though they went out, that performance, the intensity and strategic execution, showed they belong at this level. A tough loss, but maybe a valuable experience.
Yeah, definitely something to build on. Okay, finally, Inter versus Bayern. A 2-2 draw in the second leg, the notes say.
It does, and that sounds like a fitting end to these really tightly contested quarterfinals, as the material puts it. A draw suggests it was close again.
And the aggregate score didn't change, which implies...
It implies, as the sources suggest, just how evenly matched these two teams were across both legs. Neither could really land a decisive blow.
Fascinating. So no clear dominance either way.
Exactly. It highlights a real balance: tactics, player quality, resilience, just two top teams going toe-to-toe.
The notes mentioned both sides showed tactical acumen and resilience, and key players stepped up. Sound like a high-level battle.
Absolutely. You imagine both managers had their detailed plans and the players delivered. The fact that it stayed level on aggregate after 180 minutes plus, it really speaks volumes about that balance.
A real testament to the competitive balance at this stage,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe the unpredictable nature of football, as the notes say.
Couldn't have put it better. Even between giants like these, it's never a foregone conclusion.
So these quarterfinals have definitely set us up for some potentially thrilling semifinals.
For sure. The level's been incredibly high.
And like material points out, every match gave us these unique insights into team strengths and maybe weaknesses too. We saw different styles clash.
Mm-hmm. Moments of brilliance, costly errors. It's all part of it.
And now, moving forward, the stakes just get higher, don't they? Performances will likely get even more intense.
You'd expect so. Everything gets magnified now. The pressure, the tactics.
It really is what makes this stage of the competition so compelling. The notes capture it well, the drama, the skill, those moments you remember.
They really do. So thinking about all four ties, what really stands out to you? What's the common thread, maybe, in terms of why certain teams advanced, even if they lost the second leg?
Got to be that first leg advantage, hasn't it? PSG, Barcelona, Real Madrid. They all built a lead in the first game. And even though Villa, Dortmund, and Arsenal showed amazing fighting spirit to win the second leg,
It just wasn't quite enough to overturn that initial deficit.
exactly. It really drives home how crucial consistency across both matches is. You can't just rely on a big performance in one leg. That initial foundation seems vital.
Yeah, this deep dive really highlights that. It's not just about winning games, it's about managing the entire 180-minute tie. It brings up that interesting question, doesn't it? In these knockout rounds, what's more critical, that strong start, establishing dominance early?
Or is it the resilience, the ability to fight back when things get tough?
Exactly. Is it the sprint out of the blocks or the strong finish? These quarterfinals maybe suggest the initial sprint gives you a huge edge. Definitely something to watch as we head into the semis.